Henley's total now. Feinberg picks now 4 points on the game. 3:57 to go. Feiner moves the ball over to Myers. Myers back to Feiner up high. Feiner now guarded by Feinberg, but it moves the ball to Hogarth. Hogarth back up to Myers, who moves it to Feiner. Back to Myers, off the rim and no good. Rebound by Meads. Ooh, and that will be a foul. And the foul is called on Henley. The foul and the hold is called on. Foul called on Henley as the rebound was being gotten by Dominic Meads. 3:41 remaining in the first quarter. 12-10, Ashland leads over the Henley Hornets. Here, Shibley inbounds to Feinberg, and Feinberg puts it back to Shibley. Shibley moving up the court, now enters the Hornet zone. Shibley around, and he takes the mid-range jump shot, but it's no good, and it'll be rebounded by Myers. Myers moving up the floor, puts it to Feiner. Feiner back to Myers. Myers moves it to Feiner. Feiner up top. Here's Feiner. He moves it over to Larman. Larman now in the game and puts it back to Feiner, but he puts it back to Myers. And the travel will be called against the Henley Hornets. No shot. And after there is Feiner will... And Feiner will walk with the ball. Can't do that. And the ref explaining it to Coach Luke Hammond says he stutter stepped, if you will, before bringing up stutter steps. And here's the great connections. After Henley takes a timeout, stutter steps. Actually, now in 2010, when the Oregon Ducks originally made the BCS National Championship game, one of the forgotten heroes of that run was Cal kicker Tavecchio, I believe it was. He stutter stepped on a kick. They called it no kick, and then he missed it. The Grizzlies ended up winning 15-13 and ended up losing the national championship game to Auburn. Now that brings us back to the Oregon Ducks, who on New Year's Day will be playing in the Rose Bowl against Florida State. Okay, now we look over, and as Coach Keaton Gregg of the Grizzlies talks to his team as the Grizzlies lead 12-10, 3:10 remaining in the first quarter. So far, no Grizzly has stepped forward as taking the full lead, but Jack Feinberg does have 4 as the Walker Shibley. Shibley holding the ball up high. And he will continue with the ball, being worked on by number 32, Bryce Larman. And, it does look like they will call a foul. But the ball will be out, and the foul is called on Myers. The off-ball files. And Shibley calling for a sub. Looks a little tired out there, and I believe Malcolm has too. So we'll see if we do get a larger substitution coming up soon. Jones will inbound to Shibley. Shibley holding the ball up high. Shibley now moves. Pick set by Meads, but Shibley passes to Jones. Jones up high to Malcolm. Malcolm moves it to Shibley. Shibley holding. And he's working on Larman. Shibley to Feinberg. Feinberg off the front of the rim. No, but rebounded by Malcolm. Malcolm now up high back to Jones, and the Grizzlies will reset. Jones holds up high, and he will move it to Shibley, still working up top. And Malcolm now with the ball. He drives. Malcolm. Impressive run up to the basket, but he can't get it, and they call the jump ball, but it'll be Henley ball on the jump. And the ball will be inbounded by Cook. Cook inbounds to Feiner. Feiner with the ball. Now it'll be full court press from the Grizzlies as Jeremiah Hassenkamp looks to come in for the Grizzlies. And half full court pressure is escaped as the ball is moved by Myers back to Feiner. Feiner back to Larman, who puts it back to Feiner, but Feiner moves it to Myers. Myers for 3. Hits it. Myers hits the 3 and now pick up his first 3 points of the game. It'll be 13-12. Henley leads, 1:55 remaining in the game. Here's Shibley. Shibley moves it to Jones. Jones will drive, but puts it out and no good on the 3 by Feinberg. And they call another jump ball as Meads fights for the ball with Fleming. They call the jump out, but the possession arrow is pointed for the Grizzlies. Feinberg is out now for Hassenkamp. Hassenkamp will move it into Malcolm. Malcolm moves it to Shibley. Shibley holds high, but moves it to Jones. Jones will drive, kick out to Malcolm. Malcolm, no good. And it'll be picked up on the rebound by Larman. Larman moving up, 1:25 remaining. Henley leads by 1 here in the first quarter. Here's Feiner. Feiner holding with 1:20 remaining. And he moves it inside. Ooh, tough pass, but they do pick it up as Fleming will pick up the ball. I don't know, kind of a wild play. Here's Feiner. Feiner, ooh, crazy circus play, but he picks up the pair and puts his point table at 8. 12-15, 103 remaining in the first quarter. Feiner now the leading scorer in the game with 8. Here's Jones as the Grizzlies trail by 3 with 55 seconds remaining. Shibley holds, working on Larman. Now high to Malcolm. Now Jones. Jones will dribble inside. Oh! And he does get blocked. Crazy block by Cook. Cook comes in and smacks the ball away. And it will be a block of what looked like to be an easy basket for Jones. All right, here is Hasenkamp inbounding with 41 seconds remaining. Moves it to Shibley. Shibley on the baseline. Shibley, oh! And it'll be fouled as he's going up. We'll see. Will it be a shooting foul? Yes, it will. 39 seconds remaining. Shibley will shoot 2. 12-15, the Grizzlies trail. And the foul will be called on Jerry Myers.
Foul on Myers, his second. Shibley to the line for 2.
And Shibley will go up to the line as the Grizzlies trail by 3, just inside 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the first one will fall. 13-15 is 39 seconds remaining in the quarter. All right, yes. Moving back into the game, Shibley will shoot his second as Stanley Graham enters. Stanley Graham will enter the game in full. And yes, and Shibley does make the second one. 14-15, the Grizzlies trail by 1. 37 seconds remaining in the first, and it will be full court pressure. Stanley Graham has been used all year to be a pressure machine for this Grizzly defense. He's only 5'6", but wow, can he pressure the ball. All right, here it is, and it's Feiner. Feiner on top of the arc. Good defense by Hasenkamp, and he gets it to go. And Feiner hits a 3, and he's got 11 in only the first quarter. 14-18, Grizzlies trail. 11 seconds remaining in the first. Here's Shibley. Shibley working Larman. Larman moves it to Graham with 4 seconds remaining. Graham needs to get it out. Hasenkamp gets it up, and it'll go no good. Grizzlies trail 14-18 as we enter the first quarter. All right, big thing to note, although Ashland 1 foul, Henley 6. That will be important, especially as we move into the second quarter, and the bonus does not reset as we end the second quarter, which means we could be seeing quite a few free throws coming from the Grizzlies in this second quarter. The Grizzlies so far have picked up 6 points from Shibley, as well as 6 points from Shibley, 4 from Feinberg, as well as a pair from Malcolm and Jones. On the other side, you have 11 already from Feiner, matching his total against Wairika. Also, Myers with 3, and another two from Fleming, as well as a pair from Cook. So far, the Grizzlies have looked okay, but it seems like Henley has been using the 3-ball to extreme advantages so far this game. Specifically, Feiner, who now has 3, and that's 9 of his 11 points coming off the 3-ball. The Grizzlies only trail by 4 as we enter the second quarter. And with Henley will inbound the ball starting the second quarter. It'll be Larman inbounding for the Henley Hornets, inbounding to the point guard Feiner. Larman handing the ball and immediately puts it to who else but Feiner. Feiner moving up the court and pushes it over to Goodell, who puts it back to Feiner. Feiner over to Larman, who puts it back to Feiner, over to Larman. Now it's held by Feiner. Feiner down to Goodell. Goodell puts it inside, somehow picked up by Casey Hogroth, and he picks up his first pair on the night. 20-14, the Grizzlies find themselves once again in a hole at 7:30 in the second quarter. Oh, and it'll be a great steal by Feiner on Shibley. Feiner now working on Malcolm down low, shoots the jumper, and it's no good, and then rebounded by Hasenkamp. Hasenkamp picks it up, and he moves it to Shibley. Shibley holding, long jumper, and it's no good, but Meads picks up the rebound, and will pick up another pair as Dominic Meads gets on the scoreboard and picks up his first pair of the night. Now every single Grizzly starter has some points in this game. Here's Goodell, but he passes it back up to Feiner. Feiner over to Larman. Larman moves it down and it's back out. Shot by Larman, no good. Graham moves up the court. Floater, no good. Malcolm attempts the rebound, but it'll be off of him and picked up by Henley. And McCain Ellis will come into the game, the backup for Dominic Meads. McCain Ellis, a sophomore for the Grizzlies. And Feiner will move up the court as number 24, Garrett Kajowski, looks to come back into the game. And we go back to the game. Goodell moves it back up to Feiner. Feiner holds up high as the Grizzlies set in zone. It's moved outside to Goodell. Goodell holding and moves it out to Feiner. Feiner holding. Feiner with 6:16 remaining holds the ball. 16-20, Henley leads. And it'll be Larman. Larman moves to Hogarth. Hogarth, the ball moved back out to Larman, trying to go back to Hogarth, and Malkin will knock it out of bounds. 16-20 remaining in the second quarter, first half. 6:05 to go in the game. 16-20, the Grizzlies trail. Here's Hogarth. Hogarth moving it all the way up to Kajowski. Kajowski moves it to Feiner. Feiner on the left side of the court. Feiner holds and moves it down to Myers. Myers into Hogarth. Hogarth, no good. A rebound, incredible rebound by Stanley Graham. Despite a significant size advantage, he picks up the rebound and will sit up high. Here's Graham. Graham driving. No shot, and they call a carry on Graham as he tried to go down low. He's not happy with himself, but he sets back into the defense. All right, it looks to be Feiner. Yes, it is. Feiner moving up the court. Feiner over Graham and moves it to Kajowski. Kajowski got a double team by both Shibley and Graham, and they call a foul on Graham as he goes in. They call the reach-in. And the foul will be called on Stanley for the reach-in. All right. And Malik Pippa will come in for Stanley Graham, and Jack Feinberg will come in for Walker Shibley. Grizzlies trail 16-20, 5:27 remaining in the second quarter. And here's Kajowski to inbound. Kajowski moves it to Feiner. Feiner holding for the Henley Hornets. Feiner stays high, staying patient with 5:20 remaining in the quarter. He sits and dribbles, really just holding the ball. Just dribbling. Doing nothing, waiting for pressure. He could hold this for a while. This is getting very interesting. And the crowd is having more fun at this point than Feiner is, as he just continues to sit there dribbling as the Grizzlies do not pressure at all. Hard to say exactly what he's doing, but we'll see. And the student section is calling for him to pass. An interesting idea for a basketball player to pass, but Feiner continues to hold, waiting for pressure. Interesting strategy from Feiner, who's literally just standing there and holding. And he looks like he may be moving now. Feiner fakes the shot and moves it over to Goodell. Goodell holding the ball. Goodell up to Hasenkamp. Henley has invigorated this crowd after just holding the ball, and they move it into Hogarth. Hogarth down low. And the ball will go off of Feinberg as they move it inside, but it doesn't work. Interesting strategy by Feiner there and the Henley Hornets. They just held it there for a good 30 or 40 seconds, if not more, down low. And it'll be inbounded, and it'll be held up high by Kajowski. Kajowski moves it down low to Goodell. Goodell moves it back up to Feiner. Feiner holding high. We'll see how long he holds it for this time. Feiner will drive and kick it out to Goodell. Goodell back to Feiner. Feiner for three, no good, and it'll be easily rebounded by Hasenkamp uncontested. Here's Hasenkamp. Impressive defensive stop by the Grizzlies there as they trail 16-20 with 4:03 to remain. After the drive by Malcolm, kick out to Pippa, who puts it up to the open Jeremiah Hasenkamp, who picks up the three for the Grizzlies. Jeremiah Hasenkamp, his first three of the game, as the Grizzlies trail by only one, 19-20, 30:50 to go in the second quarter. Good pressure by the Grizzlies, but Henley escapes, and it'll be number 35 Taylor Fleming holding the ball, who moves it back up to Feiner, but who else? Feiner moves it over to Kajowski. Kajowski into Hogarth. Hogarth down low, and it'll be Lauren. No, excuse me on that one. It was Fleming. Fleming with a pair, and he moves his point total up to 4 on the night. Here is Feinberg. Feinberg finds it. Hasenkamp. Hasenkamp drives, goes up glass, no good. And an own. I don't know how to score this. Own points by Henley. Yes, an own basket just happened, and it's 21-22. Whoa, and they do technically call that 2 for Hasenkamp. He was the last Grizzly player to touch it. and so therefore he will